Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone out to today's webinar. Again, this is Murray Tucker presenting for you here today. And I wanted to, again, just proceed with your SEO campaign and your SEO marketing for the site in which we are working on. Again, multiple sites out there. Continue to go through them. And again, remember, SEO is probably one of the most important things you could come up with. We have a couple new names in here. If you're new, welcome. Do be aware we have some other marketing webinars that do lead up to where we are now. So I do recommend you watch those as well, just so it makes a little bit more sense when it comes down to the list of what it is we are doing. So again, feel free to ask questions as we go along, and I wanted to just dive right into it. Again, it's not going to be a very long one today. It's kind of a nice one. We can kind of break up our marketing plan into different days as well as weeks to make sure that we are only doing what we need to for the site itself. And then, you know, breaking it down, because if we were to do all of our SEO in one day, you would want to die because it would be a lot of work all in one day. And then just for the next day to repeat it and do it all over again would be pretty scary for us to work on it again and be a lot of work to go over as well. A question came in from Sharon just asking, can you email us the 21-day marketing plan to us, please? Yes, I can if you need to. I am going to be uploading it to the site as a PDF, just so you have that. But yes, that will come to you. If not, you can find it on the site. I haven't really decided where it's going to be on the site yet, so I'm still working that out. But yes, to answer your question, I can email those out to you. Good question. So again, what we're doing here is we're going to be going over the 21-day marketing plan. This is kind of an older technique on just breaking up our days into specific times and what we do for that certain day as we go through it. But once we do, or as we do go through it, if we do it little by little, that's what comes from the neutrality, or making sure that it's neutral when it comes through on the site. And Google sees that. Google will see that, okay, this is natural work that's being done, and we're doing a little bit at a time. So as we go through this, we can kind of fully, or make sure that we fully understand that, you know, Google's seeing it as a positive, you're doing it as a positive, and we're not necessarily working ourselves down to the bone because we're doing so much in one day. So as long as we do it, you know, little by little, but we continue to do it, that's where the productivity comes from that. So that's kind of where we want to make sure we do get everything in place. So yes, it is kind of vital that you do see this and you are able to understand it as well. But I mainly wanted to go through it here and just kind of explain what they are. We'll dig into these specific sites as well as like the bookmarking a little bit more thoroughly. We do have a guy here that's really good with StumbleUpon. We might have him as a guest speaker, see if he can come in and talk to you a little bit about StumbleUpon. So let's do that, or let's get going here without further ado and just make sure we're going through it. So we have this list, and again, Sharon, going back to your question, emailing it out to you, I want to create it a little bit more better, if that's the right word. I want to make this just a little bit more readable, especially also have explanations about what they are. So I'll send this to you still, but I'm going to have an updated version because I don't like the layout of this. I'm just, you know, just don't like it. So we'll make it a little bit better and a little bit, I guess, more unique to you, the clients. But yes, I will still send this to you, but we'll make it look a lot better as well. Now, first things first is, since we have our site, and let's just dive right into it, with the 21-day marketing in week 1, okay? You know, day 1, as we go through, we want to work on different things each day that will help with our SEO advancement and working on our SEO as we go along. We want to make sure that as we go through it with day one and bookmarking our home page as well as our category pages, or whichever one you are trying to rank for, that's what we want to be bookmarking. So let's, let me pull up my site here. We don't want to go into the site. Okay. So again, this is for all the new people here. This is my site I've just been kind of working on. It's just kind of a test subject or test site that we're using to kind of show some SEO attributes on the site. And I'll be using it again as an example as we go along. So don't look into this site too much. Again, it's just kind of a fun one I'm doing just to kind of see how it does as well as just work on. But you can kind of see it progress also as we go along. And we worked like on our meta tags, which is still there, which is not good for the site. But with our meta tags, making sure that we're going through it. Now, with the first step on day one, we want to do what's called bookmarking our site. Okay, we want to bookmark it on social networking sites that can help, number one, show that it is being bookmarked, but bookmarked on a site that is or has social attributes with that. So I have some here, Delicious, StumbleUpon, Digg. These are some of the ones that we can look through. So StumbleUpon, basically, we all have bookmarks on our browser. And Chrome, the Chrome browser is a good one because if we see here, I have a bunch of bookmarks that I use that I can go into and, work towards with, getting to a site that I need to really quickly. Now, Chrome has it to where you can actually log into Chrome, the browser on Chrome, and it will show or pretty much bring up your bookmarks that you do use. And so you can get to them pretty easily. Chrome's kind of done that, which is a really good feature for us. But before then, let's say you're working on a site or you're doing some information, you find a good site, you bookmark it, but then you go to the library or you're at your mom and dad's house or a neighbor's house and you want to find that same bookmark, but you can't because it's at your home browser. Just a little background for you, that's kind of how browsers work. So Chrome's kind of eliminated that because you can log into Chrome now and it will bring up all your bookmarks and history and different things that you've been to. But before then, they had what's called StumbleUpon. StumbleUpon, you could kind of save all your bookmarks onto this website, as well as have a username and password to log into this as well. And then you could come back to all your bookmarks, wherever you are. So I go on a trip, Christmas vacation, or right now it's spring break. I go off on a trip and I wanted to get to a website that I bookmarked, a couple days ago on StumbleUpon. You could do that. You would log into your StumbleUpon account. They're all there because you saved it on the site. That's what it does. Now, Google started seeing this as kind of a social networking phase because you could take these bookmarks and share them with friends or kind of create friends on your social networking account through like your notebook, notebook through your StumbleUpon account. Now, what we're wanting to do here is there's a couple that we're going to be discussing, and that's like your Delicious, StumbleUpon, and then Digg. And like I said, I won't go into kind of showing you how it works, but I will just show you what the site is. You can kind of explore, and we're also going to be having probably I'll see if we can get someone on here that is really good with the StumbleUpon account and just kind of shows you the power behind it. So what I wanted to do is just kind of make sure that that works for us. Now, but I want you to write those down. So StumbleUpon.com, or as you can see there at the top left-hand corner, StumbleUpon, and then .com. And then there's Delicious.com, and that's the same as StumbleUpon, just kind of a different format. They were both created around the same time. Also social bookmarking. Basically, you can see some of the things that people are bookmarking, and then kind of bookmark it yourself in a way. And that was kind of the purpose behind it, is you'll see what's kind of popular at the time and what other people are not posting, but bookmarking as well. And then Digg with 2 G's, digg.com. Let's go ahead and write those down. Now, of course, just to get into some of this, is you want to make sure as we're creating these accounts, we want to make sure that you, yes, do have an account with these bookmarking companies or websites. They're free, so you just have to sign up. Again, that's another username and password you have to remember, but of course, that's what they're there for, and for your security as well. So we want to make sure of that, and as we bookmark our pages, so as we're logged in, so let's say we have our StumbleUpon and we're logged in. Also with this, I believe there's another, if you're using Chrome, there's extensions you can use. Let's see. So basically, it's kind of a plug-in to kind of beef up extension, or beef up the Chrome browser if you'd like. You don't have to remember this. I'm just checking. StumbleUpon. Yep, they have an extension. So, yep, right there. I don't have it. Let's see. Actually, I do have this one. It was added. Right. Basically, it's easy because you can, with the Chrome browser, if you have a website, okay, like mine here on the Chrome browser, if you hit the star button, that bookmarks it. Okay, that bookmarks it to your bookmarks tab within Chrome. StumbleUpon basically has a tool that you can use as an extension, like I have here as my extensions. And maybe we can go into that a little bit further on a different webinar, but you can pretty much use it as an extension to bookmark it to your StumbleUpon, to your Delicious, to your Digg. So you can just kind of do it from the extension. You don't have to be logged in every time. But it's a good thing to have, or to be logged in or signed in, and then continue to bookmark pages that you enjoy, which does help them on an SEO advantage, but we can also use it on our SEO advantage as well. So we want to bookmark our pages as we go along, but you don't want to bookmark all your pages at one time. And that's what I want you to remember, is when we create our accounts, so let's say we create our account to StumbleUpon, we create our account to Digg and Delicious, and then we get on there and we go to our website and we immediately just bookmark all our pages. That's not typically what we want to do. It doesn't necessarily show that it's, I guess, natural on what we're doing. And with it being natural, we want it to be kind of one at a time. You know, bookmark one page maybe a day or even a week. So if I bookmark my home page today, okay, we may want to wait till next week to bookmark maybe a product page and maybe a category page, but I would just kind of space them out. We don't want to, again, create the accounts and then bookmark them, all of our pages all at one time. If we do that, it's not really natural, and it doesn't really help on the search engine, because Google can say, oh, they're just trying to boost it here. Okay. So I wouldn't say it takes a negative effect on what you're doing on Google, but I will say that they may just kind of say, oh, he's just trying to kind of boost it, and that doesn't really help. But the nice thing about this is on these accounts, you do want to be social. You want to start bookmarking other people's bookmarks if there's something that you like, and you'll start getting followers, kind of like Facebook and Twitter. And when you bookmark a new page, whether it be your own or a product page or a category page, your friends will see that, okay? So then they'll click on it, or even them bookmark it, which is even better. And if they can do that, then we're really sitting pretty, because we can show that, okay, I've bookmarked this page. I've also made 2 or 3 friends bookmark this page as well, okay? So those are the 3 accounts I want you to sign up for today if you want to. And then if you have a page that is complete, like your home page or product page to start bookmarking those. Again, one a day or one a week, I would say. Even if you do that, then we should be sitting pretty with what we want to do for the SEO advantage and taking advantage on those. So that would be the first thing. Okay, that's day one. Okay, and then we're done. Okay, then we'll forget about it. SEO, we're done for that day. Okay, move on, add a product. If you want to do more, you can. That's great. The more you do, the better, of course, but understand we don't want to burn ourselves out. Okay, so we want to maybe work on a couple things, and if it were me, the next one is we want to write an eZine article, or Enzyme. I'm not even sure how to say that or proper terminology for that. Enzyme article. Okay. Now this is this side. I know we've talked a little bit about it, where we can write articles, produce content, produce blog content, place it on the site, also put it on your product or category pages that we can work on that want to be ranking as well. But also create an account with them. That would be our next thing. But I would want to see maybe a 400-word article. Okay, so it's kind of, there's some work behind that. So if we bookmark a page or two day one, maybe start working on the article, get it maybe halfway done or even done, and then reread it the next day. Make sure it's set up properly, or sleep on it. Make sure it's set up properly as well. Now, with that said, we want to create an eZine article, produce as well as post an eZine article. And then within the signature of our site, we want to make sure our account linked back to our website, because we're basically creating articles about what our niche idea is and then producing it on that site. Now, there's other article websites out there, but I would just stick with eZine articles as of right now. Let's see here. We have a couple questions. Do you only bookmark your own site, not others you like? No, Patricia, you want to create bookmarks for everything on what you do like, or your hobbies or enjoyment, or even if you're finding stuff about your own niche idea, and then bookmark those. But you want to make sure, yes, you do bookmark your own page, but we're also being social. So we're talking to other people, we're bookmarking what other people are bookmarking and going from there. So that's one of the ways to do it. Where do you post the eZine articles? You're posting it on eZine article, on their site. So she just asked, on eZine articles, where do you post the article? You want to post it on their website. Now, of course, you have like a blog post. You could reference back to it. You could do like a kind of a snippet of your article and put it on your blog, and link it to eZine articles, as well as it linking back to your blog from eZine articles. So you have kind of that backlinking process there. But yeah, you're going to be posting it on eZine articles. Okay. But that would be our next thing. So we're talking day 2 here. We have the eZine articles, 400 words. And then the next thing is your Yahoo Answers. Question for you guys. This is where I want you to be a little bit involved here, is who has a Yahoo Answers account or knows what it's about? Does anyone have an account there? Let me know in the comments. Give you a second here. Anyone know? Nope, maybe. First I've heard of it by Robert. Okay. All right, so let's talk about it. So Yahoo Answers is, you can go on Yahoo Answers and pretty much ask anything you want. Okay. You can ask anything, but that's viewable to the public of Yahoo Answers, and people can come in and answer their questions, and include links, as well as answer questions that are just out there. And people can get ranked, as you can tell here, leaderboards on how many questions you answer. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of a game you can play, like ask a question and see what people can do research-wise and find out for you, and then answer it for you. A lot of times they include links, or they just answer it and you move on. multiple people can answer one question, and that person who asked the question can also vote on who has the best answer. So it's kind of a voting game as well. So you want to kind of keep it professional, but also research products, or not products, but really work on different things of what people are asking. So you can do a search for what you're selling. Let's just do camping, for an example. Okay. And it comes up with a bunch of questions you can actually be a part of. Now, may not let me in because I'm not logged in. So yes, Robert, says if it's the first time you've heard of it, you will need to create an account. But it's just kind of a way to ask questions, and then people can answer them, and then you just vote on who has the best answer. So what I recommend is, here we are on day 2, just to create your Yahoo Answers ID. Okay, and then I would answer 2 or 3 questions without posting links. Okay, that's the key, without posting links. If you get on your Yahoo Answers ID, create an account, and just start linking back to your site on everything that you answer, that can be marked as spam. So we want to just answer maybe a couple questions, 2 or 3 questions, even if you're not ranked the highest or they vote you as the best answer, as long as you're answering them. It's number one, showing that you're being active on the Yahoo's Answers ID and your account there. But you're getting questions out there answered, and then you're working on posting links. Now, once you do get that one where, you know, I know one of the sites out there is about like hunting knives. Okay, and you want to talk about that, you could search that on there. Maybe someone has a question out there, or you know, maybe about camp or some of the best survival knives or kits that are out there, and you could talk about it, and then answer their question, and then post a link to your website. And then everyone on Yahoo Answers that does search that again or find something that comes up, and let's say you get voted the best answer that's out there, your now link is being viewed by all those people that are seeing your link as well as your approach to that. So that would be another thing that you want to do, is just work on, you know, answering, I would say 2 to 3 questions without posting your link, but then maybe answer a couple more, posting links to other websites, like, oh, well, you know, I found a couple good camping spots, you know, in the local area that you are, and then link to those camping spots. And that's just showing that, yes, you are linking not only to your site, but other sites, and you're answering questions. So you're covering those 3 or main points when you are answering or getting through those. So that's the next thing for your Yahoo Answers ID, and that's number day, or day 2. Okay, so that would be the next thing. And then again, day 3, we're jumping on to do another article. Again, it will be some writing, but again, that's where we break it up. 400 words isn't very much. If you're good at typing, you can crank one out in, you know, 5-10 minutes. You know, you may have to reread it a couple times, maybe have a friend or family member look at it, make sure the spelling's there, or even email it to your coach or mentor. I always encourage people email me their articles. I like to read them. Number one, it's gaining knowledge on the product. And number 2, it helps with, you know, another set of eyes looking at the account. So as long as we go through that, we should be good. And as you use those, we should be good as well. So that would be the next thing, is just another eZine articles, eZine article for day 3. And the thing is remember, you don't have to punch out a 400-word article on day 3, get it proofread, get it submitted on eZine articles, as long as you're working on it. But I would say by like day 5, we do list and put it on eZine articles. So as long as we write one, maybe today write it, you know, day 4 we reread it, have someone else read it, and then on day 5 we post it. That's what you kind of want to look for, and that's a little bit more natural, and also break it up for you a little bit more, so it's not just all in one day. Okay. The next thing is your AdWords account. Who all knows what AdWords is? Google AdWords. Again, let's to be commenting. I want to make sure everyone's still here. I guess that's more open-ended. Who has an AdWords account? Let's ask that. Does anyone have an AdWords account? Okay. No, Patricia, we don't have one. I've used it before at work. Okay. Who else? Does anyone else have one? Not yet. Brenda? Not yet. Keyword, right? Robert used it before. Patricia, no, we don't have one. Okay. So we would want to create an account. Okay, so we're talking day 4. Let's get that, or excuse me, day 3. I'm getting it mixed up. Day 3, we create the account. Okay, we just want to at least create it. Now, again, remember, AdWords is, a lot of people take it as a kind of a bad perception of, okay, well, you know, Murray, I've invested money in this. I'm working on SEO. Everywhere I go, it seems like I'm putting on more or pounding out more sites, or basically working on things for money reasons and then whatnot. And then I'm asking you to set up an AdWords account where, you know, we need to, basically we're paying for links or paying for people to come to the site. But it's not necessarily like that. When you set it up saying, okay, well, I want to pay $10 a day, okay, that sounds scary at first, but you're not paying $10 a day. You're only paying $10 a day when or if they actually or do end up being good quality traffic to the site, okay? Whether it be they've searched it, you know, like this specific survival gear knife, okay? To a T, they've searched it and then they clicked on your AdWords account. If that's the case, then they'll send it to you, and they only charge you if that is and that good quality customer or person is coming through and some type of action is being placed. So if they can't get you that as good as quality content or traffic, then they don't charge you. So if they don't get anyone for that day, they don't charge you for that day. So again, you can set it up $10 a day, but you know, that's not really necessarily meaning $10 a day. And if our website's set up properly and we're getting that traffic of $10 a day, so let's say, let's just keep our numbers even here. Google is the one that decides kind of if it's good quality or not, which is kind of rough, but you are getting traffic to the site. So if our site's set up and we're getting 100 people from $10 a day, and we're getting 100 people to the site, okay, and let's say, you know, 10 of those people buy that knife, okay, or that survival kit, then, you know, is it really bad that we paid $10 that day? No, because we just made quite a bit of money, depending on our profit margins. So that's kind of where it levels out there, is because if you do have that good quality traffic and we're paying for it and people are coming and buying, okay, we're building that client base. We're building it to where people can, you know, come to the site and purchase from us, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we want to get. But again, Google does not charge you unless it's that utmost quality content that you are working on, okay? As well as, you know, making sure that they do take some type of action through their link as well as going to the site. Now, with AdWords, you could spend, man, probably 30 different webinars just on AdWords, because it's about the campaigns and the keywords you use and what you write in there. I don't think it has to be like that. If you're just being natural with your AdWords and writing it how you would, as any other person would, that's what Google's looking for. That's what they want, okay? You have these teams of people that analyze it and create the software, and you know, we have the best and we know how to get the best traffic, but ultimately it comes down to Google and what Google says. And with that said, as long as you have an account and you're practicing your AdWords campaigns and you're practicing your traffic and you're continuing to analyze it. Now, another thing that's nice about Google, excuse me, is Google does also, with their Google Analytics, track your AdWords account and traffic as well. So all in one place, you can be tracking not only your traffic, but your AdWords campaigns and the traffic that comes from those as well. It's easy to set up if you do it in your analytics. It just shows you right there, your AdWords section. So that would be your next thing, is just set up the account. Just set it up, just look into it, and, you know, kind of toy around with it. Just look into it a little bit and see what you can find out. If you have questions, they have a whole team there that is happy to help you with it. But yeah, they're all there to help you get it going also. A good question came in. Patricia asked, is the account free? With your Google AdWords account, yes, it is free. It doesn't cost anything to create an AdWords account, but again, where they do charge is if you do get that customer that clicks on that AdWords account that you did create. Okay, so yeah, it's free to sign up, at least look around, and it's not surprising that Google may call you. They may give you a call once you set up the account, and this is an actual person on the phone letting you know they're there to help you get it set up if you'd like. I've never used their personal services where they do call, but if you want to give it a whirl, you can. I've just always kind of created my own and worked on my own. So that would be the next thing, is the AdWords. Now, the next thing is our form posts. Okay. If we want to find a form, we want to sign up for forums, but you can also search them as well. Let's do fish medication forums. Let's see if we can find anything here. Oh, I spelled it wrong. So whatever your niche idea is, if you just search it with forums, you can pretty much find everything you need. What we have here is, let's see, fish disease treatment. Yep, perfect. So here's one. This is a form, and you can pretty much be a part of any type. Basically, all a forum is just multiple conversations going on in one place. It's a souped up chat room, if you will. Basically, you can post a question, and people can answer it, post links. Also, you can also post links, but also redirect or comment on other people's comments or questions that they have. So in essence, what is it? It's a giant conversation online, but you can also post links to your site. Usually you do have to create a username and password for the forum, and this is where it gets kind of tricky, because yes, you do have to create a username and password. You'll have to remember the username and passwords for all the forums that we're a part of, which can be quite a bit. Now, this is just the first one I clicked on. Let's see if there's another one here. So fish meds. So here's a whole other one on, I don't know if this is a forum though. This might not be a forum. Oh, yep, it is. Forums. Yep, here it is. So here's the main forum for that one. And what we can do with that one is just, again, you'd have to create an account and then go in and post and click on links. Again, we'll be kind of diving into these a little bit more thoroughly. Just kind of showing you how it works, how they work. You know, typically what you want to do is you don't necessarily want to post a link to everything that you answer from, but you can create what's called a signature. And on your signature is your name or your business name or whatever, whoever it is you're answering as. Maybe an alias of yours or whatnot. And as we post on this link, let's see, so general reef aquarium discussion. So this is just kind of a discussion about, someone's also put in here, let's see, feed your fish. So someone posted a question, it's pretty lengthy here. Okay, I got a theory, not a very good theory, but a theory more nonetheless. Now, so they've posted a bunch of big old question here, and then people have been commenting showing different things, you know, answering the questions. He's responding. Looks like he's online right now. And then you can go in again, just be a part of the discussion. Even if they've answered it, you can still get in there. But the thing is you can have your signature also known as. So if you click on his link here, usually you'll see that if you're getting well known in a forum, or if people are talking or discussing, sometimes they'll, or a lot of times will click on your account, and then you'll see he has a profile page and also a media page. Let's see what that is, if that takes us to, okay, that's just a page within here of his. But you can, or again, kind of a long answer to this, is if you create a signature with your link back to your website as you comment and as you post questions or answer questions, it'll show your link as well of who you are and where you are, okay? And also, again, create links back to your website that do help out. Now, again, this is just, again, we've been to 2, and again, you'd have to create accounts for each one of them, but you'll kind of see how that list does build and grow of your username and password. So you'll have to remember those. So here's another one. Now, all I did was, you know, fish medication forums, and you got a ton you can go to, be a part of. The thing is, and this is kind of what I want to warn you of, is with the posting on forums, what you'll want to do is you don't want to get caught up on it. And why I say that is because it can become fun in a way where you're finding new things, you're finding techniques, you're getting out there, you're meeting people, and you'll start seeing people or the same people on different other forums that you've kind of commented about and who you've been with, and you'll start kind of creating that social pipeline on forums as well. So it can be kind of, I want to say, distracting in a way, but you want to use it as a purpose of maybe you just answer 1 or 2, maybe post a question, and then ask a question, and then have other people comment if they do, and then you can also include a link there. So you'll see that, look, this guy, oh, if you didn't see that. So this guy did have a guide he's talking about, and here's his signature, if you see that. Okay, so this is a prime example. This guy posted a question, and then he included a link to kind of give you an idea. So you could also ask a question about your own site if you wanted to. Include a link there, but in his signature, this is a signature that shows up every time, he's talking about this, or he has links in here that he can link back to different things or his profile on this form, but you can link it back to your site. Now, every time he comments, you'll see, look, there it is. Okay, there it is again. And then you can work on getting your own signature, kind of your own attribute of what's being created for you as a signature. And that would be the next thing, is just getting involved into forums, posting on forums, and then also your blog. Of course, your blog. Never forget your blog. We want it, again, as a sub-page to your domain name. I showed you that last time with the blogging, or I have a webinar on blogging I want you to do. And then there's also what's called ping a blog post. As you ping a blog post, in essence, there's software that does that for you out there. I included this here. If you look up on Wikipedia, the ping with blogging, they set it perfectly. And blogging, a ping is an XML RPC-based push mechanism. You don't need to really know that, in which the web blog notifies the servers that its content has been updated. Basically, you've created a blog post, you put it on the blog, and then you ping it, and that just lets the servers know, hey, this is updated content, come look at me. So when someone types in, fish medications, they'll say, oh, well, we just had someone write or update their blog on fish medications, or whatever it may be, and then that goes in there properly for you. So that's the next thing there, is just getting that going, and that's day 4. Moving on to day 5, again, you want to go in, do more forum posts, another blog post. And a blog post, again, can be anything. If you get sick of doing it, do something funny. Post a funny picture, and that's it. And just say, hey, this is all I wanted to post, a funny picture. And that's it. But as long as you're posting, that's where the meat and bread come from with your blog. Okay. And then we want to write a link exchange email. I couldn't find a good example in there, but basically you're just typing up a draft email that's just talking about, hey, will you link to me if I link to you? So you could have a web page or a whole page on your website that's, known affiliates or known associates, and you link to their site. As long as they link to yours. And you could start emailing other companies or other even competitors and kind of link back and forth, so you know that, okay, well, they're linking to me, so I'm linking to them. Because remember, the backlinking, if you remember on my old webinars, is one of the most vital things you can do. But it's good to maybe start drafting up an email, and I'd run it by your mentor or coach that, if you have one, to maybe start researching and sending out to a bunch of people. Now, again, my recommendation on that is you never want to just send out a mass email to hundreds of people. Yes, that might be effective. You might get 1 or 2, but what I have found to be most effective is communicate to them, ask questions, find people in the forums that you can link with. Be communicating with them, and maybe have a conversation first before you just slam it down their throat of, hey, will you do a link exchange? Yes or no? We want to make sure we kind of build that relationship first, then ask that question. And a lot of times you can show, okay, well, I can, present to you on here. I'm trying to rank. I'm trying to get more traffic. I'm more than happy to post a link to your site, and even maybe create a link to their site and show them, maybe take a screenshot and a link to where their page is being presented. And if they say no, you can just bring it back down or whatnot from there. But a lot of times that kind of helps them out, like, oh, well, they spent a lot of time, setting up a representation of our site. We could probably do the same for them. Then the next one, or day 6, is again another article. Use an article. And then your Facebook fan page. So again, your Facebook page that you have on Facebook, we want to either create it or post onto it. So again, as we repeat this 21-day marketing plan, you wouldn't create a new Facebook fan page every time, or when the 21 days rolls around, but you would want to start posting on that page as well. So the following, 21 days from now, or we work on the Facebook page, we maybe post on it a couple times. We work on it. Okay. Now the next one, again, is Hub Pages. That's this site. It's hubpages.com. Basically, it's like it's a sidekick to your website. You can create little pages or little sub pages on here about your site. Just a little, this is who I am. This is me. I'm happy to be out there. I'm happy to answer your questions. So come see me. Okay. Again, you'd have to create an account. Again, another username and password. I'm sorry. But you would just create. You can discover other people that are out there. You can comment and just kind of create. They're called hub pages, or basically a sidekick to your page or to your website. And as you create a sidekick to your website, you can post it on this and get traffic from that one as well. So that would be another one on creating your next one and creating the sub page or hub page of what you'd want to do. And then, of course, you can create a hub page for your home page, also maybe a category page or even a product page. But you want to try and do 3. If you do 1, that's 100% okay. If you do just, 1 a week, that's fine. But you want to create at least 1 for your page. Okay. And then your question, Patricia, you asked, please send the instructions for how to create a Facebook fan page. We have a webinar on that. I would just recommend you watch that. Okay. But that's it for today. The 21-day marketing plan. Again, I'll send these out. Again, I'm not completely or 100% satisfied with this one. I may spruce it up a little bit and then send it out. But that's the 21-day marketing plan. So hopefully that helps. And then we'll go through, and I'll get this on the site as well, and link it to you on the site once that has been placed on the site also. So again, thank you for your time, guys. If you have any other questions, again, please feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email, and we'll go from there. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Goodbye.